This is basically a response to some of my viewers on here who have left derogatory comments on my video regarding my teabagger video. And I stand by that definition because you have been completely bagged, at least at this point. Now, let me get you a little pissed off, perhaps. Maybe you should be concerned, as long as you're concerned about taxes, maybe you should be concerned about the taxes which multinational corporations are not paying to Uncle Sam, unlike you. But evidently that is not a subject that can be discussed in your circles, so let me bring it to your attention. And I expect to get slammed, and please don't expect any responses from me other than what I have to tell you here. I don't seek confrontation on here, I just present the facts. And these facts are coming from Forbes Magazine, which is probably one of the most conservative publications in this nation. And here's what they had to say. The most egregious, Forbes notes, is General Electric, which generated $10.3 billion in pre-tax income, but ended up owing nothing to Uncle Sam. In other words, our treasury. In fact, it recorded a tax benefit of $1.1 billion. Big oil giant ExxonMobil, which last year reported a record of $42.2 billion in profits, paid the most taxes of all corporations, but not to Uncle Sam. They paid it to other countries in which they are creating jobs. In other words, they're not interested in job creation here. They're interested in finding the cheapest labor force on the planet. You know, Exxon has many offshore accounts, and perhaps you should look into it. I will post a link to the Forbes article, not some of my own criticism here. And essentially, this is you're raving against taxes and fees that are being imposed on you, while forgetting completely the bigger picture here, namely the multinational corporations. And this is, by the way, not just Americans, okay? This is not an anti-American rant. It is essentially an anti-globalization rant. So I'm not representing the New World Order on here, as some of you like to think. In fact, I'm very much against it. So you need to dig a little bit deeper than quoting Glenn Beck, Fox News, and various other insults directed at me or others if you want to find out what is truly going on behind the smoke screens. Now, the problem is that our media across the board has been so propagandized, and it is dividing all of us. And this is not a good thing, and I'll tell you why it's not a good thing, because this is precisely what the elites want us to do. is to fight against each other. Now, some of my political outlooks are to the left. I make no qualms about this. And some of yours are more to the right. That's okay. In a functioning democracy, these things balance each other out. But at this point, people are calling for civil war in this country. And I hope you understand what that means. Because I'm not at all in favor of this. 200 some years ago, this caused probably about 500,000 or more casualties or dead, not even counting the casualties. Can you imagine what would happen now in 2010 if we, the people, start fighting against each other at every turn? Because all of us have been so propagandized against each other that there is no other option. Actually, there are other options. What we all need to do is take all of our mainstream media with a huge grain of salt and turn off your goddamn TV. Look at various sources available on the internet at this point. Weigh your opinions and read sites that you don't agree with. Don't get stuck with just reading Daily Kos, which I am not stuck in, because it's just another noise machine at this point. But equally don't believe in Glenn Beck, the Free Republic, Red State, whatever site is out there. Read all the material you can get, and if possible, get to the original sources. That's all I'm trying to say. The vitriol, in terms of responses to my latest videos, is quite amazing, because I have never seen this in 3 years, when some of us actually agreed on most points. Let's not trash the lessons of history here, because this is not going to end well as long as we keep fighting against each other in such a way where you dehumanize others.